on me. Promise that you'll never be lonely. Be the fam, that's what they call me.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Project Auto YouTube channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. And in today's video, as promised, we're going to be doing a range test on none other than the Motorola DTR550 two-way radios. We're going to be doing half-mile increments. So once we get to a half mile, I'll be in the vehicle. The other radio is going to be here. Once we get to a half mile, I'll come back to you guys and we will do a radio test, and then we'll go another half mile, and then we'll do another radio test. The landscape for this test is going to be pretty much open fields. I mean, there's going to be some trees, some houses, but not a city. We're going to be kind of out in the country a little bit. So this will give you a general idea. So we're going to do half mile increments and see how we do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and drive a half mile, and then I'll come back to you and we'll do a radio test. Alrighty guys, so you can see from our trip meter, we're at exactly 1/2 mile. We're going to go ahead and do our first radio test. Radio test, 1/2 mile. How do we sound?
Loud and clear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Copy that. You're loud and clear as well. We're going to drive another half mile and then we'll do another test. All right, guys, so still loud and clear at 1/2 mile. So we're going to drive for another half mile and see where we're at. All right, guys, we're now at 1 mile. We're going to go ahead and do another radio test. Radio test, 1 mile. How do we sound?
Loud and clear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Copy that. You're loud and clear as well. We're going to go ahead and drive another half mile and do another radio test. All right, guys, so still loud and clear at 1 mile. So let's go ahead and drive another half mile and see where we're at. Alrighty, guys, we've gone another half mile. So let's go ahead and do another test. Radio test, 1.5 miles. How do we sound?
Loud and clear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Copy that. You're loud and clear as well. We're going to go ahead and go another half mile and see how we sound. All right, guys, so we've gone now 1.5 miles. So we're going to go ahead and drive another half mile and see what we get there. All righty, guys, we're now at 2 miles. So let's go ahead and do another test. Radio test, 2 miles. How do we sound?
Loud and clear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Copy that. You're loud and clear as well. We're going to go ahead and drive another half mile and see how we sound. All right, guys, so there you have it. We're at 2 miles so far, so let's go ahead and go another half mile. All righty, guys, here we are at 2.5 miles. Let's go ahead and do a radio test. Radio test, 2.5 miles. How do we sound?
Loud and clear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Uh-oh. I think we're right on the fritz of the range here, guys. We're at 2.5 miles. Let's try it again. Yep. Let's try it one more time. All right, you're loud and clear as well. If you could still hear me, we're at 2.5 miles. I'm having a hard time getting a hold of you. I keep saying user not available as well, but we're gonna go ahead and drive to 3 miles and see if we can't still reach you.
Copy.
All right, guys. So like I said, I think we might be on the fritz of the range here. So let's go ahead and drive another half mile and see what we get. Alrighty, guys. We are now at 3 miles. We're going to go ahead and do a test to see if we get anything. Radio test, radio test. At 3 miles, how do we sound?
Loud and clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Alrighty, copy that. You're loud and clear as well. We're going to go ahead and drive another half mile and see where we're at. Alrighty, guys. So, wow, we can still reach her at 3 miles. So let's go ahead and drive another half mile and see where we get. Alrighty, guys, here we are at 3.5 miles, and I think this is going to be quite a challenge to get this to work, but we're going to give it a shot. Radio test, radio test. How do we sound? 3.5 miles.
Clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Copy that. We're going to attempt to do another half mile and see if we get anything. All right, guys, so I think this might be pushing it. 3.5 miles. I think we're at our limit here, but let's go ahead and try one more half mile and see if we can get anything. Alrighty, guys, we are now at 4 miles. If you can see that there. We're going to go ahead and do another radio test here. I'm going to step outside of the truck and see if that helps any. Radio test, 4 miles. How do we sound? Over. So as you can see, it's starting to get really garbled, and we're having a harder time getting a hold of them. We'll go ahead and try 4.5 miles to see what happens. All right, guys. Well, we went to the 4.5 mile mark. We tried everything that we could to get them to reach. My radio was allowing me to go through, but the other one wasn't. And then occasionally mine would say user not available, just like it is right now. So we tried everything we could to see if there was a way we could maybe stand or a certain position, but we weren't able to get it to go through. But I think it's safe to say about 4 miles is going to be your cutoff with these. And again, your terrain always has a factor in this. Yes, we had a lot of open fields, but again, there's also hills. There's the highway over there with cars. There's, trees, houses, buildings, all kinds of stuff out here still. So I'm going to say about 4 miles was the best we were able to get in my particular terrain area. Obviously, these results are going to differ based on, again, your location, your terrain, how many hills, buildings, stuff like that. But I think this was a very good test to just kind of give us an idea of what kind of range we could get on these. Obviously, your range is going to be a lot farther with a line of sight. When you have less obstacles for the radio waves to travel through. But I still think this was a very good test. Gave us a good idea of these kind of conditions. We were able to get about 4 miles before we lost all communications altogether. We'll do another test. I'll find some other areas. Maybe we'll do a line of sight test, and then also we'll do a city test. So we'll do a test in a city, one end of a city to the other, and see what kind of range we get out of that. But like I said, guys, I think that was a very good test. Like I said, we got about 4 miles until we lost communication altogether. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this with other radios that we have or other radios that we've done review videos on, leave a comment below. I would be more than happy to see what you guys think and possibly do those videos for you. So yeah, and if you're stopping by for the first time and you haven't already and you want to, please subscribe. And until the next video, we'll see you guys.